All right.
All right, what's up, guys? This is Tai Zen. With me today is not the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned LeonFu.com, obviously, right? With me today is we have another software engineer, computer programmer, similar to LeonFu.com. We have Kirk Ballou. Say hello to the audience.
Hi, guys.
Right?
How are you?
So Kirk here, we're broadcasting from North Dallas, near the new Toyota North American headquarters that they're constructing, like right behind us somewhere. And I came here to interview Kirk here and introduce Kirk to you guys, because Kirk just built a pretty cool phone wallet app. Okay, it's a multi-cryptocurrency app wallet that is designed to store cryptocurrencies and do an exchange inside the wallet. So it's kind of like a combination of the Exodus desktop wallet combined with the multi-currency functionality of the Jax wallet. So I wanted to bring Kirk on. He reached out to me to review to take a look at the CoinPouch wallet and see what we thought about it. And since he was right here in Dallas, I figured I'll just come and talk to him in person, and then you guys can listen in on it. So first of all, before we look at the CoinPouch wallet, right, can you talk a little bit about your background and what you do in software engineering, so that the audience knows like kind of like your background and what your expertise is, and then we can go into how you got into Bitcoins.
Sure,
Okay, so,
sure thing. Yeah. So I run we've been in Dallas 11 years. It's an app agency I started called Touch Titans. We work with a lot of Fortune 100s, Fortune 500s, building apps for Red Bull, CNN, Nat Geo, several well-known brands. I got into crypto in March,
okay,
and found it really interesting, and we built a Slackbot wallet that won the Stellar Build Challenge. And
just just real quick, just so that the audience knows before you go too fast there. So Stellar is another cryptocurrency, and so basically you entered one of their competitions.
Right.
Your company did.
Yeah, that's right.
And your go ahead and say the name of your company again.
Touch Titans.
Touch Titans. So just so that you guys know, Touch Titans is when he says it's an app agency, it's basically if you're a company or your business or you're an individual that wants to build an app for your phone, then you would come and hire an agency like yours.
That's right.
And you would spec it out, and then your agency would look at the specifications, and you guys would build it for the customer.
That's right. We call it idea to app store, which is like we have clients come to us at napkin sketch level, as well as at, they've got designs, everything. They just need us to do development. So for us, we had all the parts in house to build crypto apps, and saw the need in the market for doing a wallet that was a little more secure.
Before we go into that, right? Talk about how did you hear about cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin for the first time? When or who introduced you to it?
So there's a lot of guys I know that are entrepreneurs around Dallas that I would see on Facebook posting about Ethereum and Bitcoin. And this was for a few months, and I ignored them too long because I could have got Ethereum much cheaper.
You regret it just like everybody else.
Yeah, I was like, why didn't I listen? But
okay, I'm gonna share something with you, Kirk, to make you feel better. I don't know if it will, but no one that has ever gotten into Ethereum, outside the people that got in during the ICO, right? No one has ever felt that they got in early enough. Just so you know that. Okay?
Yeah.
And the people that got into the ICO, right? They felt like they didn't get enough during the ICO, and they sold too early after the ICO. So there you go. So no one's ever gonna, there's a few commandments, in cryptocurrency investing, is that no one ever thinks they got in early enough, at a lower price, and everybody feels that they sell too early.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So all right. So you were hearing from your Facebook friends and your business acquaintances about Ethereum and these cryptocurrencies. And what was the straw that broke the camel's back, or the trigger that finally made you go, okay, let me go look into this for real?
Yeah, I mean, I'd heard about it years before, and then, it was once I actually started looking at the white papers, looking at the code, and understanding that it actually worked. Like it wasn't just like, fake internet money, that people were able to buy stuff with it and convert it back to US dollars. So, it became really interesting. I bought some crypto, and I saw that grow, and that got us interested in building apps around it.
Okay, and so you got into the crypto, and you met up, and what was the trigger that finally made you say, hey, let me buy one of these tokens just to see if it really does what it does and all that? Or you're a software engineer already, so you probably didn't have any doubts like I did when I first got into Bitcoins. Because you can understand the technology behind it.
There was a lot already. I mean, if I had gotten into it earlier, there wouldn't have been as much to validate, but there's a lot to validate against now. And then I ran across Ripple. So I found CoinMarketCap, and I saw Ripple was like, 5th or 6th on the list, and I saw, it's like half a penny. So I looked at it and I was like, okay, Google Ventures, there's a list of companies that I was like, okay, this is half a penny. I'm going to buy some of this because it looked like
So Ripple was your first crypto then?
Yeah, because I was like, okay, they've got an actual business model. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
Let's see how it does. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're very happy.
Yeah, very happy.
You don't have to share how much you made on it, but you are happy with the results of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then let's move forward in time. And how did you guys hear about? How did you hear about our channel, Cryptocurrency Market, and hear about me and Leon to reach out to us?
Just on YouTube, looking at crypto channels, and I saw that you actually knew what you were talking about. So yeah, I mean, it was seeing how y'all evaluated coins was really interesting, because it was kind of like how you would evaluate a company or evaluate a startup. So yeah,
it's not just on emotions. We actually look at what the company actually does and what its potential earnings and I mean what its potential can be in the future.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it like investment, it's not like your personal attachment to this coin.
No, we have no attachment. We did for a little bit, like I did. Leon never did from the very beginning. I did with Bitcoin for a little bit. But then when I saw that, Leon kept reminding me that we're here to make money. We're not here to fall in love with any of these cryptos. We are specifically here, we are risking, and he would always point out to me that you put all your life savings into this, not so that you can fall in love with a crypto. It's so you can make money.
It's not your affinity coin.
Yeah, right? So focus on making money. So that's I'm glad he kind of helped me bring me back to what the reason why I got into crypto, was to make money. Right. So, and then that's what this channel is all about. We are a cryptocurrency investing channel. In case you're new to this channel, we are not a techno channel. Even though we talk tech, we are looking at the tech that we look at and evaluate it so that we can make the correct and informed investing decisions, not so that we can fall in love with it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was tweeting out about wanting to set up a cryptocurrency investing meetup in Dallas, and I tweeted it out there that I was looking for a venue and a space that can hold some people to run the meetup or the investing meetup. And you were the one who responded to my tweet and said that there's these different places, and you pointed out in Dallas, and that's how we got to know each other. And then you also mentioned that you were putting out the CoinPouch app, and asked us to take a look at it. And so I looked at it. It's only on an iPhone right now, so I can only look at it on the iPhone store, right? And also what you showed me, and then what on someone else's iPhone. But I wanted, since you were down the street from where I live in Dallas, I wanted to take a look at it, and let's just talk about what it does and what prompted you. So what did you see in the markets that prompted you to, because there's a lot of, there's Bread Wallet for Bitcoin, there's Coinomi, which is also another multi-currency wallet, and then there's Coinbase. Right. There's quite a few of them out there. There's, was it Electrum or Multibit, and I can't remember them all.
Yeah,
okay?
right.
What prompted you to go out and build another one? Because you specialize in building apps for all these big companies, these popular name brand companies, and now all of a sudden you jumped into and the first thing you do is build an app, a wallet app. So
Yeah.
talk through that process real quick.
So there are a lot of wallet apps out there, but building security apps for large brand, there are some best practices that we saw a lot of the wallets not following.
Yeah.
And I felt like there was a need for, definitely the safest thing is a cold storage like a Ledger Nano or saving it offline, paper wallet. But as far as a hot wallet that lives on your device, I would only feel comfortable if I own my keys and they're encrypted to my device, not.
Okay, so let's take that. Let's break it down, right? So the people watching this channel understand what you just said there. Okay, you said that you want to keep the private keys, you be in control of it, right?
Right.
So we need the private keys. The cryptocurrencies have a public and a private key. The public key is what you give to everyone, so they know what your account number is to send you the cryptos or the tokens. And the private key is what gives you the ability to send transactions out.
That's right. And if you have that private key, if this phone drops in the ocean, I can restore that wallet either on the web or on another iPhone using that private key. It's kind of like your encrypted password to your wallet.
Okay, so now you said that you want to keep control of it. So like, for example, when I use the Coinbase wallet app, Coinbase has the private key. So when I'm telling them to send you a Bitcoin or something like that, I'm just basically sending a request, an email request to them, and then they take their private key and then they send my Bitcoins to you.
Right. It's very much like they own your security deposit box that has a key to it.
Yeah.
You're using your login and password to get in, but for Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin, they're essentially creating those security deposit boxes and they own the keys to each one of those. Okay. In this case, with our app, you own your keys. And the other ones you mentioned, like Red Wallet, some of those are I would say are well done, but they don't support, we support Dash, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Doge. We threw Doge in there.
Okay, so now let me ask you this, right? When you say that your CoinPouch wallet has better security best practices, industry best practices, talk about that a little bit so that the people that are non-technical understand what you mean by that.
Well, there's a couple of just general guidelines. If you want to keep your crypto safe, you want to make sure you never are doing transactions on a public Wi-Fi. If you want to go to the next step, you'd even install a VPN, like one called Tunnel Bear, which basically keeps outside eyes from prying in. But as far as what we did with this app, all transactions go over what's called HTTPS. Consider that like a secure highway for your data, right? And your keys, basically you're signing transactions, your security deposit box stays on your device, you sign a transaction, and what's sent out over the network isn't putting you at risk, right?
So what about all the other mobile apps that's available right now in the App Store? Don't they do the same thing?
Not all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you've looked at their code and
we've evaluated some of them. I'm not wanting to.
Yeah, you don't have to name names, right?
Right.
But
I'll just say that we're following best practices for keeping your data safe. And also, if you've seen over the past couple months, a lot of exchanges being hacked. And that's a case where your keys in your wallet live on that exchange.
Yeah.
Like was it BTCE?
Yeah.
If an exchange goes down and your wallet's there, those funds could be lost.
Yeah, they were hacked by the government.
Yeah, well, they got taken down by the government. Yeah. But this is just a case when we've got a partnership with Changely. So you're sending a direct transaction to Changely back in. There's not a central server to be hit where it could take down your wallet. So your wallet's secure, you're sending a transaction and receiving back, like if you're trading Bitcoin to Litecoin, it's just, yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? So you're saying that you're following the industry standard best practices for security to make sure it's safe, right? Now, on top of that, right, is your CoinPouch software, the app, is that open source so that other developers and other engineers can review it to make sure that it does what you claim that it does, that there's no backdoors, there's no bugs or viruses in there to steal people's...
Right. It's not open source at this time because we've got brands looking at it for basically white labeling it. So
Okay, so
Yeah.
because you guys are an app agency that builds apps for
Yeah,
people,
we build apps for brands. So this,
there might be blockchain-based businesses that might want their
So-
own app, so you are going to provide that to them under their name brand.
right,
So if we want a Typhoon mobile wallet app,
right,
we can have you guys, hire you guys to build that for us and
Right.
use that same one except put our label on it.
exactly.
Okay, but you're looking at, you had mentioned off camera that there's other companies that has nothing to do with Bitcoin or blockchain or anything, just regular traditional companies
Yes.
that may be interested. So that's why you don't have it open source.
Yes, we do a lot of work with big brands, and I'd say sports and entertainment apps. So that's another reason not to open source. You know that we have it closed source right now. So.
Okay, well, does that create a security issue that there might be security? Because one of the things that has kept Bitcoin safe all these years is that it's been open source, so that other software engineers like yourself can review it and make sure that there's no confining bugs or anything like that in there. So do you have that as a concern for CoinPouch?
I don't, because we've had third-party reviews on it from basically industry folks like.
So you okay. So let me just explain that, or maybe I'll explain it and then you explain it also. What I've learned from Leon is that leonfood.com is that there are quality assurance agencies out there that when you finish building a software, they come in and they audit and review what you have.
Exactly. Even though, like, I feel comfortable that we can build, like, a banking app, not just crypto, that we can do that end to end.
Yeah.
If we're putting out a product, I don't want to just, so we've had third-party companies that do this at a high level for...
and that's what they do for a living, is they review code for...
specifically for security.
Yeah,
right?
And you pay them to do that.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like Bitcoin where people just volunteer to do it.
Right.
You're paying people to audit the code for you.
Yes,
okay.
and test it and say,
that it does what it's supposed to do.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so... if you could open it back up, I have some questions for the audience, right? So,
let me hold it at the camera.
Yeah. So this is what the app looks like, right there. Okay, and so when we look at this, right, you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, Litecoin, and Doge on here. So, what made you decide to go with that? Bitcoin is obvious. Because that's the granddaddy, the number one, the original cryptocurrency. But what made you decide to start with Ethereum, Dash, Litecoin, and Dogecoin on here?
Doge, I see more as like a tipping, like an intro to Bitcoin or intro to crypto one, where someone doesn't have to go to Coinbase for you to send them a few Doge, right?
Okay.
But Litecoin I see as a viable coin. The same with Ethereum and Dash. So I looked as when someone's getting started in crypto, I feel like these are the main coins that they'll be looking at. If you hear Bitcoin, you've probably heard of Ethereum.
So you just made an in-house decision just to start with those, with Ethereum, Dash, Litecoin, and Doge first.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, do you guys have a process, or do you guys have plans to add new cryptocurrencies to this later on?
We do. We have a Twitter poll going right now because I'm a fan of after looking into Neo AntShares.
Neo was formerly, it's the first blockchain that came out of China, right? And full disclosure, I am invested into Neo, which was formerly called AntShares. As a matter of fact, anything that you guys hear me talk about on our channel, just assume that we are invested into it, okay? So I have to say that because I don't want people to think that, I think it's full disclosure, okay?
Yeah.
So anyways, you said that you're going to add AntShares next?
Well, we've got a Twitter poll to see which one we do next, and it was between AntShares and one that's called Verge. That is, what's unique to them is that's a privacy coin, where it's hiding users' data when you send a transaction and not wanting to, let the world know, your what you're spending funds on or whatever.
Okay, so Okay, so Verge and so Neo, I think would be a good one. Not just because I'm invested into it, right? But because that's that might end up being the Monero for 2017.
Right.
Yeah, because Monero I think was the best performing cryptocurrency in 2016, and I think that right now, if we had to take a poll, I think that Ant shares, or now called Neo,
Right.
would take the gold medal for
Yeah.
being the Academy Awards for being the top performer for this year.
Full disclosure, I own Neo too. I think it's a
Yeah.
great coin.
And just so you guys know, just because we invest in it doesn't mean that you guys should, okay?
Right.
We're not making a recommendation or anything like that, because neither one of us are licensed financial advisors. We're just disclosing that we are in it because we are talking about it, okay? So here's the thing, right? So if Verge or Ant shares wins, then gets the most votes, then you're gonna put it in here.
That would be the next one we add.
Okay, so now from a user's perspective, right? When I see people adding new coins into this, right? How safe is that? Because when you look at like Coinbase, like after the hard Bitcoin split,
Right.
they said they needed time to upgrade their software, to build out and be prepared to accept Bitcoin Cash so people can trade it and stuff like that. So it seems like they take forever. How is it that you're able to do it so quickly on an app? Is the software different? The technology different?
Well, it's essentially different that it's not on a centralized server. So it's living on your phone. It's not a centralized place that people can do what they call the hackers could DDoS and take down those wallets that you have hosted there. Adding a new coin is
so the attack surface is much bigger when the exchange like Coinbase is trying to add a new coin.
Or if it's like a Poloniex or anything, there's a centralized site for hackers to point at, whereas there's not with your phone, right?
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, like the Bitcoin fork that happened, if you own your private keys and you have them on our wallet or any wallet where you own your private keys, you would just send them to an exchange that would recognize both the split of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Right?
Okay. Now, so what are your long-term plans? Are you just going to continue adding different cryptocurrencies? You're going to pull off the top 50 most popular and add it to this CoinPouch, or what's the long-term plans here that that your company Touch Titans has for the CoinPouch app?
We definitely want to support ERC20 coins like Golem and other.
So all the Ethereum-based tokens.
Right, the Ethereum-based tokens.
Is that much easier? Because I've heard somewhere, I'm not a software engineer, but I've heard that once you were able to put one token on, you pretty much can put all the other tokens on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just changing out a contract address essentially.
Okay.
So our plan is to support that, add more coins, but it's not about having every coin on the market. We want to eventually enable purchasing gift cards through the app, where you could be anywhere around the world. I could send you crypto, and you can immediately convert that to Starbucks or whatever, and go use it. The other part is we have an internal AI trading bot where you could select up to 10 different cryptos, and you could select a cap amount, like at the most trade $500 worth of crypto, and this would notify you. Hey, it's a good time to trade. Like let's say you're in Bitcoin, it's at the price that you had set, and here's the next viable coin for you to trade it into, and have everything set up for you where you just push a button.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like what do you call that? A signal provider.
Right.
Where it provides trading signals using the bot that you guys created.
Right, and we might go fully automated. Part of that is,
Now, is that part of this CoinPouch, or is that a completely different software that you're building?
No, it would be
integrates with this.
It would integrate with this. It would be a back end that's connected to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what else about CoinPouch does the audience need to know that makes it different from the other? Besides following best security practices, and you've paid to have it audited and make sure that it's secure and it does what it does and everything. What else makes it different from other mobile wallets that the audience needs to understand?
So one main thing too is, as far as the blockchain interface, this is, if not the fastest, one of the fastest ways as far as switching between the different coins. Very fast interface to deal with, and the feedback we've heard from users is it's much more user friendly. So security, user-friendly, and fast. I would say those are the strong points.
And talk about, it's only available right now on a iPhone.
That's right.
When are you coming out with the Android and a Windows desktop version?
Right. We're going to be releasing an Android version next, and then a desktop version.
Okay, and talking about in 2017 and 2018, or?
We're roughly 2 or 3 months out on Android because we want to go through the same vetting process and get the same third party to verify everything, and basically same vetting process for this app. Right?
If I had to make a suggestion on a new coin to add, I know you're doing a voting out there, but if you had to get our opinion from our channel, Factom desperately needs a wallet.
Really?
Yeah, because they have only an enterprise grade wallet. It's not for consumer grade, so they desperately need and it's one of the big coins, popularly traded coins out there. So I don't own any Factoms tokens, but my friends, everyone on our team does. So I'm just
your vote carries more weight.
And then I would say like some of the big coins out there like Stratus, Ethereum Classic.
Ethereum Classic. Okay.
Yeah, that's a must. I mean, we got Charles Hoskinson, one of the original Ethereum co-founders working on it. And so I would say some of those Waves. Mm-hmm. NXT, some of those.
Right.
And I'm just.
So as far as cream of the crop, would you say Ethereum Classic and Factom as far as the ones that are?
Yeah, Ethereum Classic, Factom, a lot of the privacy coins, mm-hmm. right? Like Monero is very popular. We believe that the privacy coins are a huge influence in the market, and that's especially with the government taking down BTCE and being able to backtrack and figure out where all the transactions were coming from, and finding out that they were the ones who were laundering the Mt. Gox bitcoins that were stolen through there, right? That's going to bring a huge focus to privacy and fungibility. And in case you're new to cryptocurrencies, fungibility means that my Bitcoin is the same as his Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that's in my wallet is the same as the Bitcoin in your wallet, according to Andreas Antonopoulos. It means that there's no difference whether yours came from drug money or mine came from, digging ditches. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Once you receive it, it should be treated the same, and there's no way you can tell that one came from drug money and one came from digging ditches.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's what fungibility means. And Bitcoin right now is not fungible, mm-hmm. because the Bitcoins that were stolen from Mt. Gox can be traced. They can be recognized as, hey, this was one of the Bitcoins that, according to the security firm, I think WizSec, WIZSEC, they were the firm that were able to do the security research and find out that the stolen Bitcoins from Mt. Gox were being routed through the exchange called BTCE.
Right.
So that's the privacy coins. The major privacy coins are the ones that I would say it's a big deal. So.
I agree. That's part of why we picked Verge, because it hides the user IPs. And the symbol on that one is XVG. Full disclosure, I do own some, but I see privacy just like you is very important. And for the audience that's new to it, it's not just for not just people wanting to buy shady stuff on the internet. If you look at countries where fiat's failing, like Venezuela, and they want to outlaw crypto. For those people, there's some places I've heard of people buying groceries with Bitcoin. Yeah. So if you think about that aspect, where you're a citizen, where they might want to seize assets in a country like Venezuela, they need some way to do transactions, right? So
we're coming down to the conclusion of this recording here. So I want to thank you for taking the time out to explain about CoinPouch. If you guys try it out on the iPhone until it comes out on Android and Windows. And if you guys like this video, give us a thumbs up, and we'll review some more wallets in the future. And go check out Kirk at Touch Titans and check it out. And if you guys need any apps built, you can call his agency as well. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a future video.
Thank you.